PA.
Good evening, good Sunday evening to you. Thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful Sunday evening in South Florida. So thanks again for joining us. I just want to give thanks to the great CR and JP as they spoke about real estate prior to this. It's one of those things about what I keep talking to you guys about professionals. You always need to speak with a professional. And here's CR every Sunday night. He's here from 8 to 9, giving of himself, giving of his service, in that sometimes you may have little confusion or little misunderstanding about real estate. Here's a man, you can contact him and he can shed some light on whatever your confusion is. It's the motto of the program. We always encourage you to seek professional guidance. Don't try to do it alone. You have people like myself, you have people like CR who are giving up their time wanting to serve this community. So this is Hubert McIntosh, your CPA, a member of SOFA. SOFA, the Society for Financial Awareness, with one mission: to help eradicate financial illiteracy in America, one community at a time. And I've joined with SOFA to bring it to this community. I mentioned to you 3 years ago, FINRA had a statistic that 74% of Americans were financially illiterate. 74%. That was 3 years ago. So you ask yourself, is that number the same as it decreased or has it increased? Well, I can tell you in the office, day to day, I can tell you that percentage has increased from 74%. I would venture to guess that 80% of Americans are financially illiterate. But with this community, we're hoping to dispel that statistic, whereas you guys will be an outlier to that statistic, in that we're in this community. You're not going to be in that statistic because we're coming to you to bring financial literacy to you. We read you every Sunday nights, 9 to 10, but you have us 24/7. Yes, you have 24/7. You know, we are in the studio. You can call us in the studio, 954-792-1170, 954-792-1170. But in the studio, we're only here Sunday nights, 9 to 10. But 24/7, you can call us directly, 754-366-7311, 754-366-7311. You can find us on the web. Yes, financialliteracy.info. Financialliteracy.info. You can go there. We have media pages. Yes, we have Facebook. Yes. You can link us on Facebook. You can share us. You can like our page. Share us with your friends. Share us with your friends. We're going to be dropping some good information. We're continuing clearing up that confusion about tax filing and the new tax laws. So you still have time to link your friends. Link your friends that they, share us on Facebook. Share, they can join us on the app. Yes, there's an app, AAVS 1170. There's an app, whether it's on the iPhone, whether it's on the Android system, you can join us on the app. You can join AAVS1170.com. You can listen live. You can go to financialliteracy.info. We have a page under the services tab that link directly to AAVS. So you have no excuse. You don't have to be in the car anymore. So whether the reception is good in the car or not, no, link us on the phone, okay? So thanks again. Thank you for joining us. We are continuing clearing up the tax filing requirements. So I'll just summarize. what we have gone through in the last 2 weeks and then pick up from there. So, for a single person, remember now, for a single person for 2017, if that person makes $10,400, $10,400, they don't have to file. But remember, just because you don't have to file because of the tax implications, you have to be careful of the Social Security and Medicare implications, because for Social Security and Medicare, you need 40 credits in the system. 40 credits are attained where each quarter in a particular year is 1 credit. So for one full year, it's 4 credits. So over 10, to get 40 credits, you have to have worked 10 years in the system, and that will assure you that you will get Medicare. You will get Medicare Part A. You'll get Medicare Part A. Let me clear that up. Medicare Part A. Medicare Part B, you'll be eligible for, but Medicare Part B, you have to pay. Right now, Medicare Part B is $135 per month. And Part B, just in case, just as a reminder, Part B has to do with medical doctors, urgent care, different things like that. Medical treatment that's not in the hospital. Hospital is Part A, but for the medical doctor is Part B. So I just want to clear that up. So just because you don't have to file, don't just assume not to file. I always recommend, I spoke about it before when I spoke to you about CR, where he comes on every Sunday night at 8 o'clock talking to you about real estate. So it's very imperative, very important that you speak to professionals, because we are in the trenches daily. We know what's happening. We know the rules. So what you may know 2-3 years ago, it may not be so. So you may thought something about real estate 3 years ago, but because of the changes, CR will be able to share with you different things that has changed. Different things has changed in real estate, mortgages. What mortgages 3 years ago, it's different now. There's such an evolution with mortgages, especially from 2008 coming forward, time after time, and those are things that you definitely need professionals. But tonight we're focusing on taxes. So we talk about the filing requirements. Get your pen, get your paper. We are in Sunday school. I'm going to let you in on a little secret regarding tax filing. Most people don't know what I'm going to share with you right now. Tax filing, remember, you have filing requirements. So filing requirements come with also filing dates, right? So you hear the news and you hear tax filing deadline April 15th. Oh, it's the tax deadline. I cannot tell you how many people get freaked out when April 15th is coming. I see people get so stressed on April 15th. Try going to even a post office. Try even going to a post office the evening of April 15th. The lines are around the corner. People are stressed. They get irritable. But here's the little secret I'm going to tell you. April 15th is a tax deadline, yes. But here's the truth of the matter. I don't think the IRS is going to appreciate me telling you this, but it's a fact. April 15th is not the deadline for everybody. Wow. You're like, but Hubert, where are you getting that from? Everybody say April 15th is the deadline. Listen, the IRS tells you that it's the deadline because they want all of you to file on April 15th. But that's not necessary. So here's the little secret. April 15th for individuals is the deadline if you owe taxes. Yes, nobody has told you that before, right? The IRS is not going to tell you that. It's a deadline only if you as an individual owes. If you're getting a refund, it's not a deadline. The deadline and I'm sharing these trade secrets with you. You know the deadline for you if you're getting a refund? The deadline, which people are saying it's April 15, 2018. The deadline if you're getting a refund is April 15, 2021. But the IRS is not going to tell you that because you guys going to procrastinate. So am I telling you this so that you procrastinate? No, I'm not telling you to procrastinate, but I'm trying to share this with you so that you're not so stressed on April 15th. You go into a post office on April 15th. People want to run you. They want to run you over in the parking lot. You're going in through the door. They're knocking you over. It's not a deadline if you don't owe. It's a deadline if you owe. But here's the thing again. Even if you owe, you still have another option. You can file an extension and you get an automatic. It's not like you have to be approved. It's an automatic extension to October 15th. It's an automatic extension. But I want to clarify something for you now. The extension is not an extension to pay. It's an extension to file. Let me explain what that means. If you're going to owe $2,000, the IRS is not giving you an extension to pay the $2,000. They're giving you an extension to file. So when you file that extension, if you expect it to owe $2,000, then what the IRS is expecting is that you pay that money with the extension. And then when you file, suppose it happens where you don't owe $2,000, you owe $1,500. Then what they'll do, they'll send you back the refund of the $500. All right. On the other side of the token now, if you send in $2,000, but you happen to owe $4,000, the story is a little bit different. The story is a little bit different because you're gonna be hit with some penalties. One of the first penalty, even though you file the extension, so you will not have a penalty for not filing, but you're gonna have a penalty for late paying because it should have been paid by April 15th. So you file your extension and you don't file until October. Then what happens is that the penalty, you have the penalty for not paying, right? And you also have interest accrued for that 6 months. Yeah. So that's a trade secret. Write that down. Don't tell anybody. Keep it to your family and friends. You share that with them. And you can brag and you can say, you know what? I got this trade secret. From my radio station because I listen to my radio station, WVS 1170, every Sunday night. I got this tip. So that's one of the tips I'm going to give you. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm generous tonight. I'm gonna give you another tip. The IRS will not want me to tell you this, but this is a tip I'm giving you for our family. It's a trade secret. Remember, we're all family here, right? We're the WAVS 1170 family. So we're giving you tips. Family members give each other tips. What kind of family members would we be if we don't give tips to each other? Here's another little. Here's another. I know this gonna floor some of you. Some of you gonna blow some of your mind right now. The tip that I'm giving you now. Here's another little secret. I won't call it dirty secret, but it's another secret with the IRS. Yeah, I'm giving tips tonight. You know, every year, the IRS has to audit a few people. Yeah. Yeah. I know this is shocking to you where you're thinking, does the IRS have a quota? You better believe it. Just like the cops will tell you that they don't have any quota, that's not true. I can tell you, cops have quotas for how many tickets they should issue each month. Yeah, I know some of them may not like me saying that. They have quotas of how many tickets to issue each month. It's the same thing with the IRS. The IRS has to perform a certain amount of audits per year. So let's ask yourself the question. How do they decide it? Yes, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, they decide it because there's a mistake. No. If that's what you believe, let me tell you, I have some land. I have some land in the Everglades. I'm willing to sell you some of it. Because if that's what you believe, if you believe that the IRS only audits people who make mistakes, oh my gosh, you're naive. You're naive. But we're going to change that. We're going to change that. I don't know if it's naive or illiterate in terms of finance, but we are going to change that. All right. So we continue with the secret. So how do the IRS determine who to audit? Granted, you have the natural ones. You have the natural ones where people make mistakes and certain red flags. You have those. But here's what happened. Remember, if the tax filing is April 15th, all right, March 15th for some corporations, April 15th for I forgot which one it is. That was just changed. It's April 15th for individuals, and I think it's C Corp. Don't quote me on that yet. I'll get that correction on you because that was just changed last year. Because previously it was C Corp and S Corp were March 15th. LLC and individuals were April 15th, but LLC was moved back to March 15th and C Corp moved to April 15th. I'm not sure why the IRS decided that. I'm not sure why. But here's the little secret I'm telling you. So think about that now. So the IRS is working with April 15th. They're working with March 15th. They're working with 6 months extension to September 15th. And they're working with 6 months extension to October 15th. So if you look at that picture, so there are 4 filing deadlines with the IRS. You have March 15th, you have April 15th, you have September 15th, and you have October 15th. So that's 4 months out of the year. Folks, there's 12 months in the year. There are 12 months in the year. So the IRS has to find enough work for their staff. You're like, oh no, the IRS will never do that. Really? Think about it this way. What if everybody, here's a weird thing. What if everybody that was supposed to file on April 15 file an extension to October 15th? What will the IRS employees be doing between April 15th and October 15th? Do you see where I'm going? So here's what. When the IRS has to choose some tax returns to be filed, so they need a population so that they can take a sample. In statistics, you have a population and you take a sample from it. So I'm giving you like a statistic lesson here. So there's a population, there's a group of items or a group of people where the IRS is going to take a sample from that group to be audited. So here's the thing. And I know this is going to floor a few of you. They cannot wait until October 15th to choose the population because they don't know how many people are going to file October 15th. So what happened? They're going to use the first two deadlines, March 15th and April 15th. So when you file those early days, you are in that first population for them to get a sample. Oh my gosh, I'm not saying this to discourage you guys. I'm just letting you know the facts. I told you I'm going to be sharing some secrets with you tonight. So what's my goal in saying all of this? What's my motive? I'm just letting you know that anything you're dealing with, and we're talking about taxes, there are trade secrets. So that's why it's imperative. It's imperative that you seek professional guidance. Because here's what happened. The three secrets that I just shared with you, no tax software is going to teach you that. No tax software, whether whatever it is. I won't call out any tax software. But you go and you buy your tax software for $29, $39, $49, and they're telling you, the tax software people are telling you, oh, you don't need to go to a tax professional. Just buy the software. Our software will file your taxes for you. You don't need a tax professional. Let me tell you, man, if you believe that, you've been bamboozled, you've been hoodwinked. It's a trick. It's a trick. Don't let people tell you that you only need a software. You don't need professionals. You need professionals. Okay? So I'm not going to beat that flog. I think I have flogged that horse enough. Oh my gosh, that horse is getting ready to fall. So I think we have cleared up now. We have spoken about the tax filing requirements. I think that is clear. All right, let's move on. Remember, we were talking about the itemized deduction and personal exemption. So let's remind you of that. For 2017, the personal exemption in your tax filing is $4,050. All right, remember that? Remember we gave you the example about mom and dad and the two kids. Mom and dad and the two kids, you get 4 personal exemption, which would total $16,200. That's 4,050 times 4, which would be 16,200. That's for 2017. That's gone. That's gone for 2018. Make a note. Make a note. So when you get your tax filed for 2018, which is next year, I'm just prepping you for that. So put it in your notes, put it in your log, put it in your diary or your journal. I know some of you journal. Put it in your journal so that next year, when your tax preparer or even yourself, if you choose not to listen to me and still use the software, but don't use professional, when you don't see that personal exemption on the tax software for 2018, don't think that the software makes a mistake, because the personal exemption is gone. 2018 is gone by the Jobs Act that was formed December 20th. It's going to be gone for 8 years. It's going to come back 2025. Don't ask me again why. I don't know why. You said you're gonna do a Jobs Act, you're gonna do a tax reform, so you do it, but you do it for 8 years. It's gonna come back 2025. All right? So the personal exemption is gone. So keep that in mind. The standard deduction. We spoke about this, but I want to remind because these topics are so important. This is the nucleus. This is the basis of tax filing. And if you don't know the basis, what happens when your filing gets complex? Because some of you, the filing can get complex in the sense that a single person with a W-2, with all the person has, that's a simple tax return. But the tax return starts changing when that person becomes married, own a home, have children, children going to daycare, children not going to daycare, mom staying at home. What can you claim? Can you claim daycare if mom's staying at home? These are the complexities of tax filing, right? Because sometimes you can say, well, okay, mom and dad is going to file, okay, we're going to put the child in daycare, so we're going to claim the child and dependent care. But you got to be careful, because if dad is working and mom is not working, then one other thing the IRS is looking at, believe it or not now, they're into your business. You're saying, well, oh, well, once I send the child to daycare, I can just file and I'll get those benefits. I don't know. Sometimes there's some little things. If one person is unemployed and one person is employed, sometimes the IRS is looking at it. If one person is employed, why should we give you the deduction to send the child to daycare? So these are the complexities I'm talking about. It's not 1, 2, 3, guys. It's not 1, 2, 3. And I know sometimes you're thinking, well, if I file it myself, I will save $200. I will save $300. But that $200 or that $300 that you're trying to save, sometimes it costs you $1,000. Remember that little saying we all heard growing up in Jamaica? I don't think it's a Jamaican saying. I think it's a worldwide saying. Penny wise, pound foolish. You step over the dollars to get to the pennies. Be careful of that. Don't step over the dollars to get to the pennies. Okay? I tell you, every Sunday night I remind you, the fastest hour in the week. The fastest hour in the week is Sunday nights 9 to 10. I cannot believe all I'm doing is just giving you a refresher about what we spoke about. And we're halfway in, and I've got to break and pay some bills. So stick and stay with us. We will be right back. Apparently we having a little bit of technical difficulties, so we'll just roll through it. There's some technical difficulties, so technology is great when it works, but when it doesn't work, it makes so we'll just gonna roll we're just gonna roll through that. So let's talk about the standard deduction. So let's move to standard deduction. Remember now, the standard deduction for this year for married filing jointly is 12,700. 12,700 married filing. Because what you're looking at is standard deduction. You have standard deduction versus itemized deduction. Whereas it does not make sense to itemize if you have the standard deduction of 12,700. It does not make sense to itemize, because if the government is already giving you 12,700 and your itemized deduction is less than 12,700, then it makes no sense to itemize. Okay, one good thing for the tax law that's changing. So for 2018, the standard deduction is going from $12,700 to $24,000. Yes, a whopping $24,000. So that's almost doubled for 2018. But remember what I remind you. It's only going to happen for 8 years. Come back to 2025, it's coming right back. So you're only going to get that for 8 years. So that's what's going to happen with the standard deduction for married filing jointly. For head of household, for 2017, it's $9,350. And for next year, it's going to be $18,000. Remember, this is Hubert McIntosh, your CPA, a member of SOFA. SOFA, the mission to help eradicate financial illiteracy in America, one community at a time, and we're starting with this community. We are on with you every Sunday nights, 9 to 10 on WAVS 1170. You can join us via the app. You can join us via the internet at WAVS1170.com. financialliteracy.info, and you can link to WAVS. So we have set that link up. But we are in the studio. So if there's something on your mind, give us a call. 954-792-1170. 954-792-1170. We are in the studio. Call us. Help us to clarify anything that's on your mind that may not be clear. And remember, any question that you have, you may be thinking, sometimes we have questions and we're thinking, oh, it's a stupid question. Listen, the only stupid question is the one that's not asked. Think about that for a minute. The only stupid question is the question that's not asked. Because here's the thing. Whatever you are thinking of, there are others who are thinking the same. Others are thinking the same. So when you ask that question, you're going to be helping others also. Okay? So remember, we're in the studio, 954-792-1170. All right, we have fixed our little issue. So we're going to break and pay some bills. So we'll be right back. Stick and stay with us.
Lifeline Tax Incorporated for tax preparation and tax planning services. Lifeline prepares all forms of tax returns.
1040 personal, corporate S&C, partnership, trust returns,
and all other federal forms. Go to lifelinetax.com or call 561-244-0062.
Contact us to help you with your lifeline to a better tax future.
Go to lifelinetax.com or call 561-244-0062. Meet Bob.
Hello, everyone.
Bob searched and searched for insurance, but grew frustrated with the high number of options.
Oh, no. What am I going to do?
Then Bob contacted the McIntosh Insurance Agency.
Bingo.
The McIntosh Insurance Agency helped Bob get affordable insurance that fit his unique needs.
Oh, I'm happy I found this guy.
Be like Bob. Go to McIntoshinsuranceAgency.com or give them a call at 561-300-2444.
You won't be sorry.
Looking to make your business or service more financially literate? Contact us and we can make it happen. Advertise on our weekly program to be showcased to potential clients all over Jamaica and South Florida. Call us at 754-366-7311 and we can help you and your business or service grow. 754-366-7311. 754-366-7311.
Remap Accounting Firm offers a wide variety of affordable accounting and tax services. We can help you develop your budget and manage your cash flow. We help families and businesses save money on taxes. Listen to our satisfied customers.
It's good to know that the success of our business is important to Remap. We're confident that Remap sees us as more than just a client.
Contact us at remap.com or call 561-623-0241. Would you like your business to maximize its return on investments? Then contact Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Wealth Management and Distribution Group will help you minimize your tax liabilities. It doesn't matter if you're an individual, an entrepreneur, or a small business. Protect your assets for you and your loved ones. Maximize your return on investment with Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Get more information at WMADG.com or call 954-701-4730.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. Yeah, my crack staff just updated me, gave me some information that I got to correct for you. I told you the deadline to file was April 15th. That's a correction for this year. Normally it's April 15th, but if April 15th falls on a weekend or a holiday, then it moves forward to the next business day. It so happened this year, April 15th falls on a Sunday. So then you would think, okay, well, it should be April 16th. No, this year has those two exceptions. Because April 15th falls on a Sunday, it moves to the next business day, which normally would be April 16th. But April 16th is a national holiday in Washington, D.C. It's Emancipation Day. Yep, Emancipation Day. It commemorates the day in 1862 that Abraham Lincoln signed the Compensated Emancipation Act for the District of Columbia. So that's a little known history. So you see in this you're getting financial literacy, you're getting history lesson. Oh my gosh. We have a full package for you. So it's worthy of you to set aside this Sunday, each Sunday night at 9. I have a friend, oh my gosh, it's a brother of mine, and let me tell you, he gives me great joy. He's been with us, he's been listening to the program since January 1 of last year. He's such a great encourager. He says to me, Hubert, me and my wife, we get the kids ready for school the next day, and we just sit down and wait for 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh. I thank you, my brother. So with listeners like those, it's just great encouragement. Some of you have been with us from the beginning. We thank you. Some of you have just joined us. We thank you. So please continue to share the word. Don't keep us a secret. And, even on our media page, our Facebook page, you can go on there and you financial literacy, like the page, share it with your family, share with your friends, let them know. So we still got 20 minutes. We're going to still be dropping information to you. You can still reach out to others and let them know. So we are in the studio. You still have time also to call if there's anything on your mind that we can help clarify. The number in the studio is 954-792-1170, 954-792-1170. Okay, so on the other side of the break, we're talking to you about the standard deduction that's going up. Okay, so we have spoken about that. Let's move to something else we have not spoken much about. I introduced it to you. Child tax credit. Child tax credit. Child tax credit is for individuals who have children under the age of 17. Under the age of 17, the current child tax credit is $1,000 per child under the age of 17. Okay? That child tax credit is going up in 2018. It's going up to $2,000. So that's another benefit of the new tax law. The child tax credit is being doubled from $1,000 to $2,000. Okay? But remember, there's always a but. The child tax credit has some income limitations. Yeah, it has some income limitations, whereas if your income is a certain amount, the maximum refundable credit goes down. You're basically, so okay, we understand. I understand that we have a caller, so our purpose is to serve you. So we're gonna stop where we are and we're gonna go to that caller. Caller, you're on the line.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, okay. I'm calling probably about the ageable people. So for instance, the Social Security, you're on disability and you're collecting Social Security.
Yes.
They say you're still not supposed to file.
Uh-huh.
Will this affect when you're ready to retire? You have home and stuff like that? Will that affect either way?
Great question. That's a great question. So I'll answer it, and if I don't, you just let me know. Basically, you're saying, your question is, if you're on disability, do you need to file, and how does it affect you? Is that the question?
Yes.
All right. The answer is no, but could be yes. Remember this tax law thing. The answers are never straight. A person on disability or Social Security is not required to file taxes. So that's the general law. You're not required. You because your disability income from the Social Security Administration and your Social Security income is not taxable in of itself. But if you earn money outside of that, then it depends on how much you earn, where your disability and your Social Security could be taxable. So a question you may ask, but if I'm disabled, how can I earn money? Okay, you have different types of disability. You have physical disability. Someone may have a physical disability where they cannot do manual labor, so they are qualified for disability income. But just because you cannot do manual labor, it doesn't mean you can't do mental labor. So say, for instance, you find something where you're going to use a computer where it's not physical, and you running a little business on the computer where you're selling something on the computer or whatever services you're doing. If your income, and use this, I know a lot of people do this one, where people will sell products on eBay. You can be disabled and be selling stuff on eBay. So what happens there now, where some of the disability income can be taxable? But here's again, you can earn a certain amount of money on eBay and you lose your disability. So this where it becomes so complex that it's hard to just give you an answer and says yes or no. It boils down to each case. But the general case is, if you're on disability or you're from Social Security, it's not taxable. But there are exceptions. Did that answer your question?
You did it well.
Okay, no problem. And if you have any further question, make a note of our phone number where you can contact us directly, and we can talk to you even about your specific case if there's something that we didn't clarify or you didn't want to share on the air. Our number is 754-366-6954. 7311. Let me repeat that.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. So
All right.
so thank you for calling, sir. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Have a good evening.
You okay?
So we want to thank that caller. So, and you know, sometimes we get these calls and they're so in line with what we're talking about, where sometimes you could wonder if we set these callers up. We don't know these callers, because here's what he's asking. He's asking a question, and sometimes someone can tell you an answer to something, and you're making decisions based on that answer. His question was, if someone is on disability, do they file and do they pay tax with their disability income on if they go to Social Security? So I'll expand on that. Someone can get disability income in America if they are qualified as disabled. And here's the word disabled. Sometimes we hear the word and we want to define the word how we want it. But that's not how it works. Sometimes we think disability is because someone is walking with crutches or with a wheelchair. Yes, that can be classified as disability, but there are other kind of disability. There blindness. And you may say, but blindness does blind disability, sometimes it doesn't mean that the person is totally blind. The person can be partially blind and get disability. So you have that. You also have mental disability. And you're like, mental disability? Yes. Because here's the thing. And you may say, well, okay, if the person is mentally disabled, they should be in an institution. No, that is you're not thinking wide enough. Mental disability can even be as simple as where you may think it's simple, where someone does not have the ability to focus over a long period of time. What does that mean? If that person cannot focus for more than an hour, more than 2 hours because of a deficiency, that person can be classified as disabled. You know, so here it is, one simple question the gentleman asked, but there's so many ramifications to it. So a person can be qualified for disability, and that is administered through the Social Security Administration. So what happens? When that person now becomes eligible for Social Security, then that disability income moves to Social Security. So sometimes someone will have a disability income, then that disability incomes move to Social Security income. And in some cases, there's a hybrid. So here's what I'm talking about, because here's what happened now. That same person becomes eligible for Medicare. And because of disability, they're now eligible for Medicaid. You would be surprised how many people are eligible for Medicaid. And because they don't know, they're not getting it. They're not getting it. Because sometimes we form this opinion that, oh, the person has to be so broke to get Medicaid. There are different levels. And that's why I keep telling you that you need a professional. What you're going to do, Google is not going to give you the answer to everything. I see people now, even trading, Even trading. You have people doing no trading, investment trading. And you know what I hear them saying? Oh, I don't need an investment advisor. I can just go do ETF. I can just do this. I can do E-Trade, and I can just use a computer. I can just use a robo-advisor. Folks, remember, the robo-advisor, you can only put certain metrics in it. What if your situation is outside of the metrics? Those answers you're not going to be able to get unless you're speaking to a professional. Okay? Well, I understand we have another caller. And as I said, our purpose is to serve you. So we're going to break and we're going to go directly to that caller. Caller, you're on the line.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. I want to ask a question. I know someone, she lives in Jamaica.
Yes.
And she came here. She was pregnant with twins, and she couldn't travel back because she started having problems, but so she have the babies here.
Yes.
But she really live in Jamaica.
Yes.
But I'm taking care of the kids.
Yes.
But they're in Jamaica. Can I file for them?
That's an excellent. Oh my gosh, that is such a great question. All right, there are certain conditions that you have to meet. Like for instance, even though the kids may not be your biological kids and you're taking care of them.
It's my adopted daughter.
Oh, so adoption, so you pass. So adoption you pass, and also
I grow her. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I grow her and baby
and also fostering. You also pass as a foster parent. Foster parent, adoptive parent, you pass. So the key metrics now that the government looks at is, are you providing more than 50% of the support for the children? That's the
yes.
Well,
because
that's
what
the number. Yeah.
There are two now. They turned 2, and I really have to be like, because she went back home with them because that's their parents, but they were born here. But
no,
I'm taking care of them.
You are eligible. Yes. You're eligible to file for them. So as I said, if you have adopted them, yes, and if you didn't even adopt them and you're even a foster parent, then you can claim them once you're providing 50% of the support. And another thing I want to point out, sometimes someone will say, okay, how does one become a foster parent? Sometimes a foster parent can be a legal foster parent, but the IRS is very lenient. The IRS is very lenient on the term foster parent in the sense that once you're taking care of children, they consider you a foster parent if you are providing more than 50% of the support. So you are definitely able to claim for those children.
Oh, thank you so much. It was bothering me because, I have everything here because when they need to go to the doctor and see, they come here.
So let me ask you a question, because you touch on something important. You said they are 2 years old. So you have not claimed for them before?
They turned 2. No, I thought I could do it. They turned 2 yesterday.
Well, all right. Let me tell you. It's so great that you call. And this is the reason why I encourage you guys to call. Because now you're going to file for these children for 2017. You're going to file for them for 2017, right? But you can go back and you can amend your 2016 tax return and file for them.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yes, you don't have to just file for 2017. You can go back and file for them for 2016, and I'm hoping that they did have the Social Security when they were born. You have their because
yes,
okay.
I have the card, I have the birth certificate, I have the kids. She left everything here with me.
Well, you can go back because the kids were born in 2016, right?
Yes.
Or they were born in 2015?
They turned 2 yesterday.
Oh,
So,
yesterday. So they're born
yes,
February 2016. Yes,
Yes.
you can go back and you can file for 2016. You can amend your tax return for 2016 and file for them, and it will make a great difference to your tax return. So please don't pass up on that opportunity. Go back and amend your 2016 tax return and include them on your 2017, okay?
Oh, thank you so much. And where are you located at?
We are physically located in West Palm Beach, but we work in all counties. We work in the tri-county. Yeah, no, we have office. We have 3 different offices. We have offices in Boca. We have offices in Sunrise. And we have offices in West Palm Beach. So you can call us directly. Let me give you the number again: 754-366-7311. 754-366-7311. Give us a call. Give us a call, and we'll guide you through that process.
And I thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Great. So here again, folks, as I said to you, it is so important when you have a question, because sometimes you have a question and you may think that it may be a stupid question. And as I've said to you, the only stupid question is the question that's not asked. So here's this lady, and how many of you may be in that same situation? So she's now checking because she's going to file for these kids for 2017. But what happened? 2016 wasn't filed. She can go back and she can amend her 2016 tax return and file for these kids. And for those of you, for all of you, remember, you can go back and you can amend your taxes 3 years back. So if sometimes you file a tax return and you think that there may be some stuff that may not have been done correctly, seek a second opinion. Seek second opinion. This is what we help people with. We give 3 years complimentary review, because you never know what may have been missed. Okay? So we just want to thank you. Remember the website, financialliteracy.info. Financialliteracy.info. You can go on there, make your comments, ask questions. You can email us, support@financialliteracy.info. Support@financialliteracy.info. You can call us directly, 754-366-7311. 754-366-7311. This is Hubert McIntosh, your CPA, a member of SOFA. We're on with you every Sunday night, 9 to 10 on WAVS 1170. But you have 24/7 access to us. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Financial literacy with Hubert McIntosh on Waves 1170 has come to an end. Don't be mad.
She'll be back next week
On www.waves1170.com.